Hey dearies, welcome back. The internet has a lot of interesting content, but in some dark corners with certain searches, you might find something that you should
never see.
It might traumatize you. So don't search these things, okay? Just let me do it for you. So if you're a good kid and don't watch sus content, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn the bell on. Trust me, I'll protect you. You know that meme about cave diving where people put shoes over any crack and say cave divers be like? I'm sure it's hilarious, but that's actually from a very serious incident where people died. It's called the
Nutty Putty incident.
And even though cave diving might seem fun, I don't know who in the world finds it fun. Anyway, even though it might seem fun, it's an extremely life-risking, dangerous activity that I don't think anyone should do. Here is the Nutty Putty incident.
Imagine you're crawling through a cave and suddenly you can't move at all. This actually happened in 2009. A 26-year-old cave explorer, John Edward Jones, was exploring the Nutty Putty cave for a family trip, a popular cave system in Utah known for having some narrow tunnels.
Family trip. Spending time with your family? Nope. Diving headfirst into random holes? Yep.
But wasn't considered deadly and actually a beginner-friendly cave for inexperienced climbers. Also, John had climbed here years ago as a child, so he was pretty confident. Climbing deeper, eventually John made it to the most popular area of the cave called the birth canal. Not too challenging for him, but this is where things took a turn. As John continued crawling, the tunnels started getting way tighter than he remembered. Because what John didn't realize, this wasn't the birth canal. He made a completely wrong turn into an unmapped area of the cave. Thinking it would get easier, he crawled even deeper.
Oh my god, I'm getting claustrophobic by just watching this.
Becoming so challenging, he had to suck in air to squeeze through. Continuing to go down further again, hoping to find a turnaround spot, when out of nowhere, a dead end. Now entirely unable to move. Pinned against the rocks so tight, he couldn't move his arms or take deep breaths. Upside down with gravity slowly crushing his body and locking him further in place. His brother found him, tried helping, but had no luck. Called rescuers who tried assisting him, breaking rocks, and even a pulley system. But nothing they did was working, spending a full 25 hours in this nightmare, until the pressure from being upside down caused John's body to give out. Where to this day, John is still there, forever sealing off the cave as his tomb.
That's so sad and disturbing, and I'm surprised they were able to get machines down there. But honestly, this might sound rude, but I don't get it. Why do that? Why go underground like a mole and risk everything? It's not like there was gold in the bottom or something. Oh well, all I can say is rest in peace. It's so hot right now because it's almost summer, but at least it's not hell on earth, because there's actually a place that's considered to be hell on earth because it's always on fire. Imagine if you looked outside right now and it was just a field of fire burning 24/7. Creepy, but hey, it's a permanent fireplace. This place is called Centralia, and this is the
Hell on Earth incident.
There is an eerie ghost town in America that is too dangerous for humans because it's been on fire for over 60 years. The roads leading to it were even covered in dirt to keep people out. But despite this, the town of Centralia still has a population of 4. You see, back in its day, it was a booming coal mining town with thousands living there. But when a fire accidentally spread to the mines underground and became too large to extinguish, houses started collapsing, roads began to crack and buckle, dangerous gases started rising into the air.
I have a good idea, guys. Leave, move, get out of there.
And a 12-year-old child even got sucked into a 150-foot sinkhole. It became so dangerous that the state of Pennsylvania stepped in and offered to buy people's properties off of them so they could leave the town. And because coal seam fires have a massive amount of fuel, it's believed that the fire will continue to burn for another 200 years. But despite the town's zip code being erased off the map, the roads to it being blocked off with mounds of dirt, and even a court order saying that any residents that remain would not be allowed to sell or pass down their homes to anyone, according to a 2020 census, 4 people still remain.
I'm not sure if those people are brave or insane, because why do you want to stay there? Maybe there's a secret and they're trying to keep it for themselves. Or maybe they're like me. I was born and raised in my town, and I never want to leave. Do you like your town, or do you want to live somewhere else? I have a secret to tell you. You might be an alien. You're saying I'm wrong? Okay, maybe you're not an alien, but did you know some people have this medical condition where their hand moves on its own and has a different brain? It basically becomes your op and starts slapping you. Imagine getting slapped by yourself. Embarrassing. This is called the alien hand incident.
If your hand starts to act on its own and chokes you, you probably have a condition called alien hand syndrome. This rare disorder occurs when the part of your brain connecting both sides is damaged. This causes the nerves in your hand to involuntarily fire, making it move by itself. And while choking is pretty rare, your alien hand can perform random tasks without your knowledge or approval.
Stop slapping yourself! I would hate my life if my hand said, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Turns out there's no cure for this issue, and that's so scary. Because what if the hand starts trying to ruin your life? You can't even eat with that hand anymore. It might stick the fork in your freaking eyes. Yikes. Here's a real-life demonstration of this evil hand syndrome.
I think I have alien hand syndrome. Hand syndrome. That's where you lose conscious control of your hand and it starts acting like it's got a mind of its own. Oh, like Dr. Strangelove. Yeah, exactly like Dr. Strangelove. How long has this been going on?
I think he just wanted an excuse to slap the guy. Do you know any twins? Some people say twins have telepathic powers, and they can communicate even if they're far away. A long time ago, there were two girl twins named Jennifer and June who created their own language and didn't talk to anyone else. Then they worked together to commit crime, and in the end, one of them didn't survive. Let's see what happened.
Have you heard of the Silent Twins? June and Jennifer Gibson were twins born in 1963. Their parents moved them to Wales in the 1970s, and they were the only black children at their elementary school. They were heavily bullied and only seemed to communicate with each other, hence the name the Silent Twins. Although their parents spoke English at home, June and Jennifer only spoke in what is assumed to be a sped-up version of Bajan Creole. When it was the two girls alone, they would be so animated together, but then the second that someone else walked into the room, their hands would fall to their sides and they would go silent. In retrospect, though, their silence was a protest to the systematic racism that they experienced as children. Their bond, however, wasn't just a loving one. At one point in time, Jennifer tried to strangle June with the cord from a radio, and June once tried to drown Jennifer. As they got older, the girls started to get into some criminal behavior. In 1981, they burned down a tractor dealership and then also tried to set fire to a technical college. In 1982, the two girls were declared criminally insane and were sent to a maximum security prison called Broadmoor. Let me know if you'd like a part 2.
Well, I'll explain the rest. In March 1993, Jennifer died suddenly of a heart issue. The creepy part is that the twins told the news that they both agreed that one of them has to die so that the other one can live a normal life. Spooky. The other sister, June, is 63 years old now and is an author. Guys, I hate planes. Have you ever been on one before? Because it's so scary. I watched this one movie where they had snakes on a plane, and the snakes attacked everyone, and almost no one survived. And in other scary movies, the plane vanishes forever. That's what actually happened to a pilot, and he was never found again. He was flying and poof. Then everyone was like, huh, where'd he go? Let's see what happened.
This plane disappeared after reporting that it saw a UFO. Valentich was an Australian pilot, and after the night of October 21st in 1978, he would never be seen again. Frederick took off from Moorabbin Airport in southern Australia and was making a quick trip just 125 miles south to King Island. At 7 p.m., he radioed to report an unidentified aircraft that was following him just 1,000 feet above.
Not seriously, it seems to me that he's playing some sort of game.
He was told that there was no traffic at that altitude, but he adamantly believed otherwise. He described the craft as having 4 bright landing lights, 1 green light, and a shiny metal surface. He was then interrupted by an unidentified noise that was described as metallic and scraping. Then all contact was lost. The pilot nor his plane were found during the search. There are a few theories as to what happened, which include the pilot becoming disoriented, flying upside down, and seeing his own reflection in the water. But what do you think happened?
So as the pilot was flying, he saw some unidentified object flying with him, and some people said aliens got him. But let's listen to a short clip of the audio first.
Juliet, and confirm you cannot identify the aircraft.
Affirmative. Melbourne, Delta Sierra Juliet, it's not an aircraft. It is identified by the deck. It's for speed. Call me right now, Melbourne.
And how large would the object be?
It seems like it's chasing me. It's just vanished.
I actually got kind of scared when he said, it's not an aircraft. I think he was just having some vision issues, but it's still weird no one found him or the plane. Have you ever been on a hike before? Or camping? I've done both, and I like doing long hikes in the snow, but it's super dangerous. Back in 1959, a bunch of hikers tried to go through a very snowy trail, but it turns out something was following them. Something terrifying. This is the
Dyatlov Pass incident.
In 1959, a group of experienced climbers began a trek through the icy Ural Mountains in Russia. When they didn't turn up at their destination, a search party was sent out to look for them. What they found was nothing short of a horror scene. The tents at the campsite had been torn open from the inside. 4 bodies were found at the bottom of a nearby creek. Some of the hikers were nearly naked. The others lay scattered in the deep snow. Some had crushed skulls and bones. Others were missing their eyes and tongues. And one hiker was missing their eyebrows. A journal entry from one of the group mentioned an unknown force that terrified them. But when the searchers arrived, the only tracks they found belonged to the hikers themselves. The official investigation determined the cause of death for all of the victims as a compelling natural force. But what kind of force drives 9 people out into minus 30-degree Fahrenheit weather, barely clothed, and leaves their corpses behind mutilated, and then vanishes without a trace? Whatever it was, it's still out there, and it's still a mystery to this very day.
You got me. I did it. Just kidding. It was most likely a bad guy and not a Yeti or something mysterious like a lot of conspiracies say. Stay safe, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below, and I'll catch you next time. Toodles.